Good afternoon, everyone, and you're welcome to today's class. My name is Chucks, and I'm a Kings. So in our previous class, we talked about price and its elements, and I showed you the reference point for each of the elements of price. So today we'll build up on what we learned from the last class, and today we're going to talk about premium and discount level. Right, it's one thing to know the reference point, it's one thing to know about price, it's one thing to have studied that video, the first video, right? It's another thing to know how to bid on that. Okay, so we're going to talk about premium and discount level today. Okay, if you're yet to subscribe to the YouTube channel, I advise you click on the subscribe button and turn on the notifications so that you have access to the video each time it drops. Okay. All right, so let's start with what is discount, what is premium level. So that we're going to talk about today. Okay. All right, I'll explain this using diagram again. Let's start with this. Now, say for instance, you have price move between, let's call this point A. All right, let's call this point A. All right, let's call this point A. And price moves to this point. Let's call this B. Right? Now from point A to B. Okay. So between these points, let's say price move this way. Right? This way. Now you will discover that as price moves up, there will be a little pullback before the continuation. Same way if it's coming from the up. There will always be a pullback before price continues in the actual direction in which it wants to go. Okay, so now how do we know where to get in, or what point should we be looking out for our continuation? This is where the advantage of premium and discount level comes into play. Now, how do we do this? I'm just going to use this point A and B, for example. So in this case, I'll be using my Fib 2. You can say Fib retracement. I'll show you how to set it up along the line. Okay, so check, you place it from A to B. Right, remember we did this move like this. Right, remember we use the uptrend, for example, like price is going up, price is going up this way. All right, so we use the uptrend for an example earlier. Now, how do you know where to get into the market? Where should you be looking for a buy or a sell from? Okay, it comes in as simple as I'm going to make it as simple as possible. Okay, I'm going to make it as simple as possible. So we're going to be using the Fib 2, right? So for an uptrend now, you want to buy at discount. What's discount? Discount is that point in which the market is cheap. It's cheaper, let me put it that way. Just like, for example, you have your the Black Friday sales, right? You have your Black Friday sales, like, okay, a regular price, a regular item can cost you, take for instance now your laptop, an Apple product now, let's say a MacBook, let's say it costs about $1,500, right, on a regular day. For your for a Black Friday, you can get it as cheaper as $1,200, $1,800. So at this point, what do you say you get? You get a discount. Just like when you walk into your supermarket, rather. All right, on getting there, you say, oh, they'll be like, oh, there's discount today, there's this. So you want to take advantage of that and get whatsoever you've been planning to get earlier. So when you're doing this, remember you're buying at discount, right? And the other part is what? Premium. So you buy at discount and sell at what? Sell at premium. Okay, so for my own Fib 2 now, I only have it this way. You can see 1, 0.5, and then 0, right? Between the lower part, for example, now if I'm doing this, the lower part here is the discount level for me. I want to buy when it is cheap, and I want to sell when it is expensive. Is that taking? This is what we have about discounts. Now, when we're talking about the premium level, say price was coming from an uptrend this way, price pullback, stuff like this. You want to know where to get in. Okay, where exactly do you want to enter the market? Where do you want price to pull to before you don't get into it? How much or to what level do you want to get into? Same way, take your fib 2. I'm going to show you how to use fib. I said it earlier. A lot of people, I said it on Twitter that a lot of people don't know how to use the fib 2, and then they already assume they do. But I'm still going to show you here. So you want to what? You want to sell at premium, right? And then buy at discount. So this is it. Okay. Now let's go further. So I'm going to go to our chart now, and I'm going to show you how to use it. If you remember in our last class, I told you about expansion, right? I told you about expansion, and I told you the reference point for expansion and all, right? And I told you about retracement as well. Look at this point, for example. Look at this chart, for example, right? If you recall now, from what we did in our last class, you recall what I call this. What I call this point. Okay. What I call this point. When you have stores like this, what do I call it? I call it an expansion, isn't it? This is an expansion. Okay, cool. Now, a lot of you earlier, right, before this video, a lot of you, even not 90%, at least 85-89% of you, if you have to use your fib 2, you rather do it this way. You take your fib 2 this way, right, and then you term this as discount level you want to buy from here. Right, a lot of you will term this as discount level you want to buy from here. But then I'm going to show you today, this is not the proper way for me personally. This is not the proper way to use fib 2. I'm going to show you how to use it in a more refined way that it becomes you have a better entry. You have a refined entry using this. Okay, so what do you do instead? I'm going to take this off. You don't take your fib 2 from here to here. No, you take it from the last low here, right? The last low, which is, you might term this as higher low, whatsoever you want to term it. And I'm just going to call this A. I'm going to call this point A, right? I'm going to call this point B, right? I'm going to call this B, right? I'm going to call this point C, right? And I'm going to call this point D. Okay, look at this. Now, so you don't take your fib 2 from point C to B. No, that's not how I use my own fib. I use it in a more refined way. I take it from point B, that point that was broken. We have a breakout structure here. Hold on, let me label this first. So we'll have this point as a breakout structure. Right, have this point as a breakout structure. Right, have this point as a breakout structure. So you don't take your fib from here to here. No, that's not the way for me. Right, because my own fib is more refined. It's not the regular one. So you take it this way from point B, the point that was broken, to the last low that was created. You take it like this. Now this becomes your discount level. So you mark this out as your discount level. Can you see how refined this becomes? Can you see how refined it is? Unlike the one you did earlier, right, before you watch this video, unlike the one you took from here, from this point to this point. Can you see how wide your discount level becomes? You have the whole of this as no, it's not proper. That's not the way I draw mine. Well, I can't tell you not to draw it this way. Right, maybe that's what you've been taught before you watch this video. I'm not going to say you're wrong or you're right. But then if you want a more refined entry, you want to have a better reward, then you should use it this way from point B to point C. Can you see? So your discount level becomes, you have this as your discount level. So if you play this now, let's see what we have. Can you see the price comes into this and then it's bought back. So like, even if you don't know, the only thing is, even if you don't know how to use you don't know how to get a perfect entry just with the idea of like expansion coupled with this fib 2 you are learning now, which is, we got this from our discount and premium level, right? From what you learned in the first video on the element of price. You know, this for a fact is what expansion from point B, C, D. That's an expansion, right? So after expansion, I told you two things can either occur, either a retracement or a reversal. The question is, how do you know if it is a retracement or a reversal? I'll still show you in one of these videos. I don't know when, but along the line I'll still show you. Okay, so now for this, now we'll have this as a retracement. So price retrace into the discount level, right? And you see the way we use the fib tool, you see the way it was refined. Can you see? Then we can get in here. I have so many ways to treat this. I have so many entry models that can be built around this, right? But what I just want to show you now is how to use the discount level, the premium level, coupled with what? The fib tool. So some of you might be asking, okay, how do I get my fib tool, or what's the settings on my fib tool? I'm just going to show you real quick. You can pause this video and then just go over it. Just make your own look like mine. You can see under this style you have this. I'm just going to go slow. I only mark out 0, 1 and 0.5. Every other thing I get them unchecked. I only check 0, 1 and 0.5. I'm going to show you. So you have that under this style. For the background, I left it unchecked. Price level, you can do this. You can use any color of your own choice. But right, for me, I only have 0, 0.5, 1. Then the coordinates, this you can. Then visibility, you can have it this way. So this is how I set up my fib tool. So I only want to buy when it is cheap, and I want to sell when it is expensive. Okay. So this is all you have about what? Discount level and the premium level. So now, one thing you must have learned from this video is this. When you have a structure like this, let's say you have an uptrend, right? You have an uptrend this way, right? You should not take your fib tool from here, right? You should not take your fib tool from here to here. No, don't do it this way. It's going to make your POI to be too wide. Like you're going to, your point of interest, like where you want to get into the market, will be too wide. But if you do it the other way, this way, right, it's going to be more refined. And you want to buy within the cheap part of the, what's it called, of the fib tool, which is at the discount level. Is that taking? This is for a buy. Hope you get this. Right, should practice as many times as possible. You are here to subscribe to this channel. Click on the subscribe button on your screen now. Turn on the notifications so that each time, the video drops, you'll be notified. I tell you, you might need to watch this video as many times as possible for you to have a very good understanding of whatsoever I'm doing. Is that taking? So take your time, study as many times as possible, backtest this and see the result. Okay, so for a sale, you have it this way. Right, you have it this way. So if you want to get into the market, you don't do it this way. You don't take your fib this way. No, it's going to be too wide. Take it the other way. From here, the point that was broken, which is there, to where the last lower high that was created, right, this way. So you sell from where? You sell from this part, right? You sell from this part. Is that taking? And then on the other way, you buy that way, then you buy from that part too. So from the example I gave you, let's come back there. From the example I gave you, okay, you can see, except from, you take your fib tool from point B to point C, not from C to D. No. Okay, so if you play this, what do you have? You see, price came up, price tap into what's it called, your discount level. So by just understanding price, right, with what I told you about the element of price and its reference point, you can easily get in here. Anywhere from what's it called. This is one ratio 2. Can you imagine? I just started in the last slide that was created. I hope you're able to learn 1 or 2 things from this video. Take your time, practice as many times as possible. I wish you good luck and happy trading. Take care.